Everyone, it's my pleasure to provide an update for you on Southern Utah University's entrepreneurship program. Um, Before I begin, I would just want to acknowledge what a tremendous success our recent graduation was. It was extremely well attended. There was obviously a strong demand um, by parents and students. They wanted the accomplishment of graduating to be acknowledged, um, and it was a wonderful event, well planned, well executed, and best of all, people acquitted themselves very well. They wore masks. They socially distanced. It gives me great hope that we will not only start fall face to face, but finish face to face. Okay, so the three guiding principles of entrepreneurship at SUU are educate, experience, and elevate. Educate, of course, we want students to. Um, this is what you might think of book learning or head learning. We want them to understand how to start a business, operate a business, and exit a business. And of course, we want that for as many people across campus as possible. Experience, there are some things that you cannot learn through a book or through a lecture. We want to encourage students to start businesses, not only because it's a great way to be independent to earn a living independently, but because it's a wonderful educational opportunity. You learn a lot about yourself by challenging yourself. Elevate is the notion that regardless of financial success, if one has poor character, that financial success will be short lived, um, and will ultimately not amount to much if one does not develop good character. And so one of the things that we strive to do is to prepare students for both success and failure, both of which have challenges inherent to them. So, as far as education goes, there's one thing that I learned by watching lots of cop shows on TV, which is that the police departments can fudge statistics a little bit one way or another. Really hard to fudge the murder rate. Um, bodies are that's the gold standard of crime, measuring crime, right? Where are the bodies? And you could make an argument there's something similar in entrepreneurship. Where are the bodies? Increasingly, they are enrolled in entrepreneurship classes. Um, in fall of 2016, we had 54 students enrolled in entrepreneurship classes. That at that time, and this change was not my call, but entrepreneurship courses are not required for the management degree. And yet, interest in entrepreneurship has just steadily increased. And so it's no longer required, but there's more people taking entrepreneurship. That's a really good sign. Of course, a lot of the numbers here, the 100 of that 178, a lot of that is driven by our most successful class. That is the speaker series. We have just an outstanding lineup for the fall. Again, we have Steve Neeleman, Raleigh Taylor, Corrine Clark, Kristen Lamb, the ELC's own Dennis Sponer, Jay Francis, Amy Reese Anderson, Brittany Westover, Lydia Martinez, Justin Reber, and Nietzsche Gomez. Those latter two will be post Thanksgiving, and as I think some of you are aware, we will not be returning after Thanksgiving for face-to-face classes. After Thanksgiving, it will all be classes will all be done remotely. This class, because of our limitations, this class being the speaker series, we will only have 50 people there at a time. There will be much more than that enrolled in the class, and we will rotate those who are physically present over the course of the semester. The others will be involved remotely. Other classes that we have, there is the entrepreneurship class. That class has prerequisites. That's why Landon designed a new course, relatively new course, Basic Entrepreneurship Skills. It's for non-majors to ramp up to speed to take our entrepreneurship class. Will Taylor has done an outstanding job teaching small business management. And we have a relatively new course that Landon has pioneered, which is the Entrepreneurship Practicum, where students who are running businesses get regular mentorship from Landon to grow their businesses over the course of the semester, and then they get course credit for it. It's a great program, great class. As far as the second guiding principle, experience, we've had a lot of growth in interest in entrepreneurship business pitches. So going back in time, prior to Rich's interest or Rich Christensen's involvement of hosting a couple of pitch competitions, we had Opportunity Quest that's managed by Zions Bank and operates on all higher ed, all campuses of higher education in Utah. We had 18 applications in 2015-16 year. 2019-20, this most recent year, 2019-2020, we had 121 applications to be involved in the pitch competition, and that's with 4 competitions. That's tremendous growth, and we're very pleased with that. I suspect that our first competition in the fall, that is Southern Utah Speed Pitch, I think we're going to get, I will be surprised if we don't get 120 applications to that first pitch competition. I will show you just briefly here is the homepage for that. The governor has been involved and will continue to be involved in this. And as you can see here, hopefully you can see, we are operating in many rural southern counties. And I think we are at the early stages of a really outstanding partnership with State Bank of Southern Utah. Of course, the gold standard of how an entrepreneurship program is doing is how are the student businesses. That's the gold standard. We have, I think most people watching this video are familiar with Geode Swimwear and Reese & Company, 2 just outstanding student-run businesses that are experiencing just tremendous success. Sometimes, especially after COVID-19, they've not been especially hard hit. We have about 15 students that are generating revenue. These 2 here, KJ Event Solutions, that is Kaylee Corbridge and Sage Malin, both kind of up and coming businesses and student entrepreneurs. This is our entrepreneurship suite, and possibly not the best slide there. Also have an ongoing partnership with Launch Academy. I say ongoing, it's not really ongoing, it's just beginning. This is the first semester that Launch High School will open its doors formally. We have a partnership with them. We're really creating an awesome ecosystem here in Cedar City. All the students in that alternative high school are required to participate in a business pitch competition. They teach design thinking. So that high school has a heavy entrepreneurship influence, and we're pleased to be partners with them. That'll be November 3rd is that event, but all the events we will deliver to you electronically, so you can keep track of them. Elevate is the 3rd guiding principle, and of course this is core to the mission statement of the Entrepreneur Leadership Council, number 2 here, modeling good character for student entrepreneurs. And so in solidarity, but in support of that principle or mission of the ELC, we want to facilitate connection between the ELC and our students. And if you haven't seen Landon's video, we are poised to be able to really increase our I'm going to say surveillance of students. We'll be able to keep better tabs on their businesses, be able to connect them with the ELC when appropriate. We've also redesigned the Entrepreneurship Center so that students can much more readily see who is on the Entrepreneur Leadership Council. And we're trying to make this space much more inviting and make the space really a beautiful place that students want to be, a beautiful, cool, place where student entrepreneurs want to hang out. There's been a substantial investment. This is part of the money that the Miller Foundation gave in support of our program. A little hard to tell from these renderings. Trust me, it's going to look awesome. Our partnership with Hustle 2.0 is continuing, and they, as some of you may know, we have committed to support them with a graduation for those who complete the program. It is postponed. There's a rain check, and hopefully before long we will be able to visit them and acknowledge the Mavericks who have completed the entrepreneurship and leadership management training. So that's a program that has been tremendously uplifting for our students and faculty and the ELC as well. We've recently put together a sweet sheet, which is just a well-wish, a series of well wishes from people who visited for the individuals who are participating in the program. Last, as far as updates, is the Hope Corps. The Hope Corps, the vision of the Hope Corps is to pay student entrepreneurs, and I should mention this is not specific to SUU. This is operating, I think, at all institutions of higher education in Utah. This is something that Christina is overseeing, where what we're doing is paying. Well, the Hope Corps is funded by generous support of donors. So the Hope Corps will fund students who've had their job offers rescinded, internships postponed, missions postponed. So it's a way to pay students who are out of work due to COVID, to help them to support businesses that are struggling due to COVID. It's a wonderful program, and definitely in keeping with our aspiration to elevate the students that participate in our program. That's it. I look forward to our discussion this Friday. So thanks for your attention.